What's going on, YouTube? Let's move the chains. We got a special guest. So this is a late night, midnight special going on here with Scooby Wright, UFL and spring football legend. Super excited to talk to you again, Scooby. I know it's been a while. Scooby and I go a little farther back than y'all may know. Scooby came and visited me in the hospital back in the day after I was going through it with cancer. So Scooby's always just been someone who I've looked up to as a football player and just a human being. So very excited to do this today. I know a lot of people are going to be watching tomorrow, but I just want y'all to know how good of a person Scooby is. So very excited to talk to you and catch up, man. How are you doing? Just first of all, before we get into it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate that. That means a lot. No, I'm doing okay. Wish I was out on the field tomorrow. I had 2 herniated discs in my neck. I did that a couple weeks ago, probably about on April 20th. So that was kind of a bummer. Not the way I wanted to go out, but it is what it is. Just trying to stay positive right now.
Yeah, man, and like nothing could take away from like the incredible career that you have had, and I'm wearing my Arizona Hot Shot shirt right now, and I think both Scooby and I would agree that the Arizona Hot Shots are at least the most underrated spring football team ever assembled. I mean, you got Scooby, Niles Morgan, the linebacking core, John Wolford, just in an overall elite team. I got to go out to Arizona and see y'all, and you can see that in the picture there. And that was incredible. What was that?
Who did we play when you came to go see?
Gosh, I think it was the San Diego Fleet. Y'all won.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
I believe it was the Fleet. I'd have to go. No, it was the Commanders. It was the San Antonio Commanders because y'all had upset them.
Okay. Shit. I don't even remember that.
It was a good game. Okay, yeah. So we're here though to talk about. Oh, and before I get into it, guys, tomorrow. So I've been recording a lot of music, and I'm this whole month, all the money from all my videos I'm doing to cancer research. So I've got 2 original songs that I made on my own. I'm not very good at singing. I'm more good at like the guitar stuff, things like that. But y'all definitely listen. I'm going to be putting them out on actually Monday, not tomorrow. But yeah, so let's get into it. I just had a couple questions for you about like the Stallions and how Skip Holtz manages things. And like it's kind of crazy how he's come into spring football, someone who I guess wasn't as super well known. like what is it that he does that you think makes him so successful?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Holtz is pretty well known in the football world.
Yeah.
I mean, his father is a college Hall of Famer, one of the best coaches ever. He mentored under him, then he mentored under a bunch of other different coaches, I believe. And yeah, he's just I love Coach Skip. He's probably one of my favorite coaches. Him and Coach Rodriguez are my 2 favorite coaches I played for. He's the thing I love about Coach Holtz is his no nonsense approach. It's like, hey, just do what you need to do, get what you need to do to get done, and do it the right way. It's not like he micromanages stuff. He trusts his players. He trusts that people are going to do stuff right. He treats us like pros. He was just not even like pros. He like really cared. Like that was the coolest thing, and that's why the Stallions have. That's why we've had the success we've had. Is because like we truly are a team. And if you ask any of the guys that step in or whatever, like we gelled really good. Like we had a culture there. That's why we're building what we're building there,
Yeah, and I think I used poor choice of words, well known, because I definitely knew him. I'm a massive Notre Dame fan. So obviously I know Lou. And when I worked for the USFL, I got to tell Skip Holtz that he made me cry when I was a little kid because he coached for South Florida and they beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame, and I was at the game, and it was just the most embarrassing thing ever. But what I meant to say and how I should have said it is just he's coached for a lot of smaller schools and never really got to the Power 5 before volunteering for Northwestern, last year, which he did really well with. Apparently, he had a huge role in how they've improved, but, um, just with all these massive names in spring football, it's great to see Skip. And I was actually it's funny, super random, but I was listening to a podcast of Michael Lombardi. He's a former NFL GM, and he's coached with he's won Super Bowls with Bill Belichick and all these really famous coaches, and he mentioned how Skip and Lou are the best game day coaches they've ever seen in football. So,
Huh.
um, I thought that was interesting because I think he knew him back when Skip Holtz was like a wide receiver coach at Notre Dame. But
Did he ever tell you why he was the best game day? Did you ever ask that?
no, so it was on a podcast. I didn't have the opportunity. He's got like a
Oh,
massive podcast, but he mentioned it was because they just have like, it's hard to describe. They mentioned how it's not all about statistics. It's kinda just some coaches have that gut feeling about things where they can make a change or manage a team really well and it work out. And I feel like that maybe happened against Michigan last weekend when Adrian, MVP quarterback, struggling a little bit to move the offense, and then Matt Corral goes in and kinda picks everything up, and Skip Holtz in the press conference was talking about how he just felt like they needed a little fire, and it wasn't like anything demeaning to Adrian because he was playing a fine game, but probably not up to Adrian's standards, so, um, I
mhm.
don't know, it's just something interesting that I heard from a really, really well-known, like, NFL GM. Thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Alright, if any of y'all have questions, y'all can go ahead and get them in. They don't have to be super chats, y'all can just ask them, but, we'll go ahead and I wanted to kind of preview and get your opinion on the Stallions football team. I put some stuff on there that I thought kinda stood out to me as I've been watching this season. Of course, I got number 1 offense in the league, high flying, super explosive. Have you been you've been watching all the games ever
Yeah.
since?
Mhm.
Okay. So they, they've been just one of the best offenses, like, I've seen, maybe last year's Alex Magoo led offense was pretty explosive, but this one with Jay Sternberger and those tight ends, and then all the talented wide receivers, and then Ricky Person and CJ Marable, I think that they've been pretty hard to stop, and then, of course, you got Skip, who is just a great game time coach, and then, big plays, and I put you in there because you have one of my favorite big plays in football history. It was the USFL championship
Oh,
pick.
yeah. No,
That was an awesome one. That was a crazy, crazy good game too. But I just felt like this Stallions team through 3 years of watching them, like, it's big plays on offense and defense. When you look at Michigan last weekend, it felt like I mean, I was at the game, it felt like the Stallions were kinda backed up, and just being in the stadium, there wasn't much hope, and then second half rolls around, and I think that's when we got the pick six, and it was just an absolute massive play for the entire stadium, and then the offense rolls, and then all of a sudden it just clicks. Did you ever feel that while playing for the Stallions?
yeah. I mean, one of the things that I used to always preach, like big time players make big time plays in big time games, and that's just something we've always thrived on with the Stallions. Is we've always tried to do. I mean, our defense was kind of designed. We blitz so much; it was kind of a bend but don't break defense. If you understand that kind of philosophy a little bit,
Yeah,
and then on offense, they're out there. It's a college offense, and they're moving fast. It's either going good when it's going good, or it's pretty stagnant when it's stagnant, as you saw last weekend. And
yeah,
so it kind of just takes a little change, like you talked about with Coach Holtz, kind of having that feel a little bit about, hey, let's give Matt a shot, and Matt's a great player too. So that was really cool to see. Just and from that perspective was him getting his opportunity and doing well with it.
Okay. So when you were practicing against the offense, I'm just curious, this year, maybe in past seasons, who were some of the guys that when you were playing, you're like, okay, these guys are absolute dudes.
See, I mean, I don't want to sound cocky, but it wasn't like I was really working that really hard in training camp. I
Oh
was
yeah, that's fair.
more so focused on the season and just kind of. It wasn't like I was a rookie, but I don't know. I mean, there's always good competition and stuff. I'd say Marlon Williams. He was out there, probably the most fired up guy at practice, talking, being the loudest. And but no, that's all good, like from a competitive aspect. But no, it's yeah. There's some great players like Jay Sternberger, like one on ones. Ricky Pearson, one on ones. You'd have to be on your p's and q's and make sure your technique was correct, or you'd get embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. We got a super chat coming in from Southern Charm Sports. Question for you. And I think this is a good question. I'll go ahead and read it out.
From year
So
one.
from year 1 to year 3 in Birmingham, what's your view on how the team and the league itself grew on and off the field?
I don't know. It's so year 1 and 2, awesome. It was amazing. I loved being in Birmingham. Super cool being out in the community. But this year being in Arlington, it was kind of crappy because we couldn't even be in the community and stuff.
Mhm.
But to get back to your question, it was so I feel like that kind of hurt the growth aspect heading into year 3. I feel like in year 1, year 2, there was so much momentum, and then people are like, okay, we're not even here in town anymore. What's going on? You don't see us doing out in the community and doing stuff. And I feel like when you're out in the community doing stuff, that's what makes people want to come to the games. They see your face, they see who you are, and it's like we don't really get that opportunity this year. So I don't know. I wouldn't even say it was really a growth. I would say it's more of a just kind of the business model being the business model.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really do hope that next year the teams are able to move into the cities. I
Yeah.
did feel that disconnection. Uh,
Right. Did you feel that? Because it just wasn't the same. Even like as a player, it wasn't like I don't know. I missed going to the home games or being at home games and going to the Fennec afterwards and having a good time and meeting everybody there and having you know what I mean? But like
yeah,
it's just you just don't get those opportunities and to be out and just to enjoy where you are. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I agree because also at the same time, like I don't know if all the casual fans know that all the players are in Arlington, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of the hardcore fans do, and I just think it would mean a lot more to the fans of the Stallions who have been in it since the beginning or any team in the league. And like if you're say like, if you're around town in Birmingham during the season, you're going to get like a sandwich from the sandwich shop or something. And people see you wearing the Stallions gear, maybe they ask and find out you're a player, then that's kind of like one, it's more marketing for the league, and two, people get to actually talk to y'all and understand like how down to earth everybody on the team is, and maybe they're more likely to support and go to all the games.
Yeah. I mean,
That's just my opinion.
yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many people I ran into in year 1, year 2 in Birmingham, ride around on my scooter and stuff. Like it got to the point where I was wearing a Shark Dog hoodie riding my scooter down around town in year 2, and people would be yelling Shark Dog and stuff. So
Yeah,
that was so cool, and just having that experience, and just I don't know, it was shitty not having that this year.
yeah. No, I definitely think that's a great point, and I hope that the league can move over to that. I guess one last question for you regarding the Stallions. Like, if you've been watching lately, um, I guess like what's your confidence meter going into the championship game uh for your good guys?
I mean, I don't know, it's pretty high. I
Pretty
mean,
high.
every it's hard to beat a team twice. I will say that it's extremely hard to beat a team 3 times. So I don't know. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, Skip's not one to make mistakes, and it's kind of interesting with the coaching on defense right now, just from the aspect of it's all kind of they're keeping the same scheme and stuff. I haven't been there, so I don't really know what's going on, but it's hopefully it all works out. I mean, I think it should. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't execute tomorrow and put up a dub.
Yeah. Have you been a part of a team just ever in your career where you had a defense coordinator change?
Um, no, I haven't. Not in the middle of the season, but
Yeah.
but I played for, yeah, you know what I mean. There's
Yeah.
one from the Browns, the Cardinals, the Patriots, having those different, and then even the Cardinals for my 3 years there. The first 2 years it was Betcher, and the second year it was Wilkes. So
Okay.
different aspects from then.
Yeah, yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like. I don't coach football, but
Mhm.
I coach lacrosse and I do the offensive coordinator and I coach the goalies. I couldn't imagine, and this is lower level, youth slash high school, but like in a professional football league or even college, I couldn't imagine losing your head coach or sorry, your coordinator, uh, especially like in a time like this. But
Yeah,
I know
but
the
but
Stallions got good guys coming in.
but if you look at so like Coach Corey, me and him are Coach Corey Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He's me and him are really tight. I used to always talk to him just about ball and whatever. Because if you dig into his background, he's the youngest coach ever to win a CFL Grey Cup as a head coach.
Really?
Yeah, so that man knows football. He knows how to coach. He's a smart guy. He knows not to overcomplicate things. He knows how to challenge players. He knows how to get the most out of them. And I respect him. I respect Coach Corey. Amazing. Like to be honest, I want to try to get that linebacker job coach next year. I mean, you know what I mean? I've kind
Yeah.
of I kind of planted that seed with Coach Holtz a little bit. So I don't know, I'm going to try to do something to stay around in the UFL or something.
Dude,
And
I think that would be awesome. That's just such, like, an inspirational story. Like, going through the league, playing all throughout spring football, and then coaching linebackers, back hopefully home with Birmingham. And yeah, he coached for the Argonauts, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did, yeah. But,
yeah,
dude, that would be incredible. Have you coached, just out of curiosity, have you been coaching or have you coached before linebackers?
I've like trained kids and stuff and done this, but
Okay.
never like a high level. But like I don't know, it's not hard to do. I wasn't a good football player because I was extremely fast and strong. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
I'd be it'd be easy to me to verbate back to players and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was in when I was in Birmingham last weekend. I was doing like a media tour and stuff. I did like I think I went to like 5 different media stations, and like 3 of them were like, "Yeah, you need to do like TV talk stuff because you're really good on the air." And I was like, "Damn!" Like because I've done that before. I've done broadcasting in Arizona and Phoenix,
Yeah.
so I do have experience doing that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I definitely want to try to stay around the league.
Oh, yeah, dude, you should definitely, that would be cool to have you on the broadcast, uh, like, as an analyst talking about the defense. I feel like a lot of the analysts are, like, offensive because everybody wants to talk offense or, like, quarterbacks or, some of my favorite are, like, Danny Cannell, and, he breaks down the quarterbacks and everything because he played. But I love to see a linebacker analyst out there. Um,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean, it's I mean, that's the thing. If you know defense, you know offense. If you know offense, you know defense. You know the weak
yeah,
part of like cover 4. Like for instance, okay, where offense is going to run, they're going to run all stops because everybody's playing deep. Okay, cover 3, everybody's going to be playing short. Somewhat. Okay, what's a cover 3 beater? 4 verticals. So it's like just understanding concepts. That's really all it is in football, just understanding concepts.
oh, yeah. That's awesome, dude. I really hope that you can get that job or, manifest it, maybe work your way through it. The Stallions, I know, speaking from Birmingham, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, no, it would be. I don't know. That'd be a sick job to be coaching because it's like
That would.
it would be super meaningful to me. You know what I mean? Just to stay part of the Stallions and stuff. And it's not abnormal for players to
No.
go from the coaching, from playing on a team to coaching. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I just gotta get healthy right now, just to see what's going on with my neck. That's my number one priority right now.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll go quickly over to the quick preview of the San Antonio Brahmas. I know that this isn't necessarily a Brahmas show, but we gotta talk a little bit about them. I'll just get some of the points up. Really fast defensively. Scooby says thumbs down for sure. I picked all their. I didn't mean to do this. I picked all their yellow uniforms, and I think these are ugly, but I like their home uniforms. Got, of course, a really, really good head coach in Wade Phillips, who is known as one of the greatest defensive minds ever in professional football, and they've got the top defense statistically in the UFL, just in total defense. And they've also, in that picture, got a Notre Dame guy, Lise Mack, had to include him. Good, solid tight end. And recently, I think they've done a really good coaching job. In the beginning of the season, they were a team that wanted to pass the football a lot, but with injuries to Chase Garbers, that slowed down. Quentin Dormady came in. Chase Garbers is back, and they've just been really explosive on the ground with Anthony McFarland and John Lovett. They run a lot of those RPOs, and they played Birmingham already this season, and the outcome was not great for the Stallions, but they easily that was still a good game, and I think that it'll definitely be a higher scoring affair when they play tomorrow. I think the Stallions were held to 9 points, so it's the lowest point out point. Sorry, I'm losing my words. It's almost 12 o'clock, and I'm really tired. I've been up since like 6 a.m. because I had driver's school. I had 5 hours of driver's school, but
Before
I was speeding.
that's what you get.
Birmingham police, man. They'll get you.
Yeah, they do. That's why you gotta get a scooter.
Yeah, exactly. I should scooter around town, scooter to class and everything. But yeah, so I'd love to get your perspective on what you've seen from the Brahmas. Did you watch the one Stallions game against them?
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for Coach Wade Phillips. I actually messaged him on Twitter way back before when I found out he was going to be a coach for the XFL, saying that I wanted to play for him because I was coming out. The Broncos were interested in me coming out of the draft when he was a defensive coordinator.
Okay.
So yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. I think they're a good team. I think we just got to stop the run. They try to pound the rock a little bit, and they definitely try to utilize their special teams at times in weird situations. And I don't know. I think if we can execute on defense and win either the special teams battle or the offensive battle, either one of those two, I think, or two out of those three, I think it would be a good game for the Stallions.
Yeah, I think that Wade Phillips has done a really good coaching job, as well as their offensive coordinator, AJ Smith. Earlier in the year, he probably did not want to be a ground and pound team, running the run and shoot and everything. And they were not running the ball earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching the press conference with Wade Phillips, and he was talking about how, almost to me, it sounds like he was trying to say, as a good head coach or a good coordinator, you kind of have to swallow the pill sometimes of what you really want to do, and lean into what you have. And what they have is just an incredible running back room, and they've been really successful with it, and they've leaned into that. And that's probably not what AJ Smith wanted to do earlier in the season, but I just think that he's done a really good job of turning around the offense because earlier in the year it was a little rough at times, but they've completely turned it around. Obviously, last week they looked really good against St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
but It's been fun to watch that, and I think that and I'm sure Wade had a hand in that because he was the one talking about it. But really good coaches understand their personnel and don't try to do what their players can't do. And I think they had to make a switch mid-season to achieve that. So I do got to tip my hat to both staffs, who've done incredible stuff to get to this point.
Yeah, that was very well said. I 100% agree with that about like their offense and they're trying to pound the rock and stuff. You couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, and like they're used like we originally thought in the beginning of the season, like were they going to use tight ends to in the blocking game? And then last weekend, Elise Mack, he's the only tight end on the roster, and he was throwing blocks in the run game, and he had some really nice blocks. So it's just interesting to see the evolution, and it's good to see. I like that for all the players and the staffs on both teams who've had to go through changes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll close it out. I don't want to go too late. I want to keep everybody here, but we'll go with a score prediction. What's your score prediction?
Damn, see, I can't even think of the score prediction off the top of my head because of the 1, 2, 3 point stuff. So it's
They're
like
so weird. Yeah.
the numbers can be like so off. You know what I mean? So like, what would it be? That'd be 7, be 21, maybe 28. So I'm gonna go. Would 28 would be what? That'd be three. That'd be 3 touchdowns. And what?
There's so many combinations because it depends if you go for 3, go for 2, or go for 1.
I know I think it's going to be a touchdown and 2-point score. That's my whatever that is. I think that's going to be the score difference between. I don't think it's going to be like 27-21 or like 28-21, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 28-21, and that could easily happen because you could. I mean, it could be 20-21, and then the Stallions score in the fourth quarter, and then they go for 2 or something if it's gutsy to take. Like there's so many different possibilities, or it could be 21-21, and they score a touchdown and go for 1.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many different. It is so weird with the scores. People complain about that on Twitter.
Really?
Because like fans who don't watch will be like, "Why is this game 12-15?" like it'll be odd numbers or 19-11. Like
yeah, no, that's what screwed me up. I was sitting there when you asked me that question. I'm like, I don't even know. That's why I didn't even know how to configure it. That's why I just went with like, okay, it's going to be like a touchdown and an extra point. I think that's what it is. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I'm going to go Stallions because they're my hometown, and I'd love to see a three-peat. Obviously, I'm biased. People will say that probably in the comment section when they're watching tomorrow. But it's like, at least I'm telling you I'm biased.
Well, it's not even being biased. It's like we've won the championship the past 2 years in a row. We've dominated every single team we've played in the league except for the Brahmas. Like, you don't think we're going to be pissed off and want to beat the Brahmas?
It's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
And it's not like, and every year we've had a 1 loss and we've won the championship, and people like freaked out over the 1 loss. It's like, dude, chill out.
Like,
you know what I mean?
It's not the end of the world. You play one down game when you're in the playoffs, and it's against a team not even in your conference, as well.
No,
but
I'm just glad we're not playing St. Louis because like
really,
that'd be like going into a war zone, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not that I've ever been in one, but like they probably would sell out that stadium if they would have went to that. That would have been a hostile environment.
Yeah, dude. Did you watch that game?
I watched
San Antonio.
I watched the first like couple quarters, and then I went to the beach.
Okay, good call on that, dude. Their offensive decisions. Oh my gosh, that was just like, I mean, and the decisions to like they ran those like really weird formations. They ran a bunch of trick plays, like going against what they were trying to do, and they got in a hole, and then they were just pressing like
Yeah.
so much, and they would try to do a trick play after pressing, and they would give the ball up, and then the Brahmas would score, and then when they finally got into striking distance, the Brahmas just scored again and answered. Like it was one of those games. Um, but yeah, it was a weird. It was like one of the worst games I've seen St. Louis play. Like it was pretty bad.
Huh. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that Coach Betch is pretty mad.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know AJ McCarron was mad because he was mic'd up so you could hear him, and they got was it Tease Tabor, the guy who talked the smack? I don't know if you saw that,
Mm-mm.
where he was saying so. AJ McCarron, believe he hurt his left
Oh,
ankle.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
some things are better just left unsaid. I mean, the UFL with the bounty stuff because Greg Williams, was the Bounty Gate defensive coordinator for the Saints.
Yeah, but he was shit. We had what's his name on our staff too. Uh, what's his name? Damn, I'm blanking out right now. That's bad. Our defensive line coach on our team, on the Stallions, he was part of that crew.
Really?
Yeah, and he's damn, that's gonna bother me. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, he's
Well,
yeah,
people
he's
can change. It was so long ago.
no,
Not
I'm sure.
not excusing it, but like it's
Yeah, I
all
mean,
done horrible things.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
They got caught doing something they shouldn't have been doing.
and I'm sure it's like I mean I don't know. This is complete conspiracy theory, but I'm sure it's more popular and well kept inside an NFL locker room. Maybe before that, like teams were
Oh
maybe doing it, and they were just the ones that got caught.
no, there was yeah. I mean, what was I listening to? I was listening to you know who Ben Shapiro is? I think that's his
Uh-uh.
name. He's the Miami guy. He went to prison for like 5 years and came
Oh
out.
yes.
Yeah, he put a bounty on Tim Tebow, and he was on a podcast saying he goes, I think that's why I went to. He goes, I think that's why God sent me to jail, because I put a bounty on Tim Tebow. And I thought that was hella funny. It's
Oh my
like,
gosh. Yeah, that's wild.
yeah,
Oh, that is funny. I mean, I'm not laughing that they try to injure players or anything. I'm just crazy that he would just go on on a podcast and say that. But he
yeah,
went to jail. He served his time, so I guess it's
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay. My score prediction. I'm going 22-16 Stallions. So slightly lower scoring, but it's a little bit of a weird score. But I'm keeping it even. Is the thing.
Yeah, the
Um,
more I think about it, the more I think it's going to be a super low scoring game. That's,
yeah,
I think that then it's going to come down to special teams.
their defense is just so good, and the Stallions' defense is forcing turnovers like hot. Like I mean, they're
Yeah,
just swarming to the ball. It's wild, and
yeah,
they're scoring off of turnovers as
yeah.
well.
And that's the thing. Whoever can score on defense,
Yeah,
that's who can win games. If you can score on defense, you win games.
and I think another advantage for Birmingham is the fact that like the two quarterback thing. Like
Yeah,
every single year, the Stallions, the like starter hasn't like the another guy. So was it year one?
yeah. To an extent, though, like this year, I don't know. Like, what's his name got MVP? Adrian got MVP. No disrespect to Matt, but like,
Yeah,
Adrian balled out and was led the league in rushing, I believe. And you know what I mean. So it's like Matt came in, yeah, and played very well when Adrian was struggling. But like the years before, it was a little different. Like
oh
year
yeah,
one,
yeah, with injuries.
yeah, year one, like it was kind of I would say that was a more two system quarterback. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes.
And then year two, Jamar got hurt, and then Magoo really got to fly around with his hair on fire and not really care, and he ended up balling out. So that was really cool to see. But that just shows the depth we have in the quarterback room and just the depth of the league. I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Corral, he was he was a high draft pick. Adrian, you know what I mean? It just shows the high level of playing in the league, which is really cool.
I watched a lot of Adrian Martinez in college just because I love college football, and I believe I saw him play at Nebraska when he was there, and then just watching him on TV at Kansas State, and it feels like he's gotten so much better as a passer. Like, maybe it's part of Skip Holtz and letting the players just play,
Yeah.
and believing them, but, like, the steps he's taken, like, I don't really know Adrian Martinez, but
Mhm.
I'm sure he's a great guy and everything, and it's awesome to see how much he's progressed. Like, it's
Yeah.
just really cool seeing that in spring football too.
Yeah, no, Adrian's a really good guy. He's super humble. He's
That's
a hard
awesome.
worker. He's a Northern California guy too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Did y'all know each other, like, before any or
Nah, California's so damn big.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
yeah, he was he's on the complete other side of Northern California.
Okay. I guess we'll go maybe, like, 5 more minutes because I'm exhausted, but, um so some people are asking about rules. What are your opinion on the UFL rules? Like, are there any that you like or could live without maybe?
I mean, I like how they let us play more than the NFL. That's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes it fun, and you can actually go out there and play hard.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time in the first game of the year, I hit Luis Perez square in the jaw, like running full speed, and there was no way I could have stopped or whatever, if could have timed it or could have moved. I was just trying to tackle him and make a play. But if I would have done that in the NFL, that would have been a $20,000 fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've noticed people have complained about, like, some of the holding,
Yeah,
but
but Sean, when I tell you they don't want to slow down the games, and they have a time slot for a reason. One time a ref looked at me. I was complaining about, I forget what year it was, year one. I think it's probably both years. Now that I think about it, I was complaining. The ref looked at me. He goes, we're on TV time. Sorry, gotta let the game go. And I was like, are you kidding? And he goes, nah, I'm dead serious, dog. I'll never forget that. Craziest thing I ever hear a ref say.
that's wild.
Yeah.
I can believe that at the same time that I say I can't believe that because it makes so much sense because they're trying to get them in really quickly, and they're owned by a media company,
Yeah.
so it it makes sense, but yeah, the holding is blatant in the league. I mean, almost every play, people are
No.
getting, like, choked basically. It's like watching WWE on the field, which
Nah, it was worse in the first 2 years because we had those crappy jerseys. So like your shit would be
oh,
loose, and you could actually really go to the ref and be like, "Yo, like I ain't do this myself."
yeah. Yeah, I bet the Under Armour jerseys were a massive upgrade. I
Oh, dog, I felt like I was in college. We got so much gear.
really?
Yeah, we got more gear. We got more gear than I was in the. I mean, in the NFL, you just go up and hey, I need this, whatever, da da da. But like literally every day, we walked into the locker room, or every other, like at least once a week when we walked into the locker room, we got something new. But when
That's
we
awesome.
got there, we probably had, I don't know. I had enough clothes to wear a different outfit every single day of the week just to practice.
Really?
Yeah, we had so much gear. I'm just mad I'm not getting one of the championship jumpsuits.
Championship jumpsuits?
Yeah, I think they got them this year. I think they get them when they're there.
I didn't see those.
You know, they didn't get
Are
them
they
last.
Under Armour?
Yeah, I know last year they did them. Did they not do them this year?
Maybe they will. I haven't been as active on social media lately, but, I'm starting a business and I'm doing school, so I've
What
been
business was starting?
motivational speaking.
Oh, nice. What
Yeah.
what's your target audience?
Yeah, so I'm doing corporate, events. So a lot of corporate people post COVID have had trouble getting people to come into work. So trying to motivate people to come in and be productive, and then other sales related charities. So I'll be speaking to those, mostly for free. Um, and then I'm going to work on sports teams. So I'm going to start local in Alabama with the smaller schools like your Troy's, your UAB. I've spoken UAB before, and
Oh,
then South Alabama, and try to build my way up. I'm a little nervous, but
shit,
I
you
don't
got
take many risks in life because I had cancer 4 times. I usually just like, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I played it safe for school. I played it safe for so many things. I never really went out in college or high school because I was just so nervous about like getting in trouble or something happening.
shit,
Um, but I've been
shit.
trying to take more risks lately. I was gonna sell insurance, and I was like, you know what? I feel like the universe is sending me signs, so I'm gonna take a big risk. This is a big risk because
Man, go for it. Man,
it's
shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon, dog.
all commission, all commission. So
Just yeah, just make sure you set yourself up and have different avenues of stuff to where you can kind of do what you want to do, even if it doesn't work out. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, for sure. I've been working hard on that, working on my website and everything involved in that. But it's kind of stinks because I haven't been able to been as active on YouTube as I would have liked to be, like
No,
posting content consistently. But it is what it is, you know.
yeah. Shit, you look like you're about to pass out. But
Yeah, I'm super tired. I guess one last thing before we go. Is there
sure.
anything that you want to say to Birmingham Stallions fans out there, maybe Brahma fans or fans of the UFL in general?
To the Stallions fans, thank you for embracing the Shark Dog. You have made a lot of fun for me. But yeah, no, whenever you need it, want me on or want to talk ball or whatever, just let me know.
Yeah, man. I think we should do that often, especially next year preseason. Hopefully, your linebacker coaching, maybe for the Stallions or college or somewhere.
Yeah, but that's the thing about college, man. It's like college is like pro. Like UFL, that's like the perfect
Really.
football. Yeah, because it's like it's a short season. Don't got to recruit. Just got to focus on football. Like that'd be a cool job.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we'll speak it into existence. It's gonna happen.
I
It's
appreciate
gonna
that,
happen.
Josh. Appreciate that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm sorry if we couldn't get to all the questions, guys, but I hope you all enjoyed it. It's just kind of a free form talk. Didn't really have a script or anything. Just wanted to catch up.
Hell yeah, no, but hit me up whenever, bro. We can do this. We can do this again.
Awesome. Everybody out there, make sure to move the chains. Do best in life. I'll see y'all later.